To understand the story of Hannah, we must first understand her world. It was the era of the Judges, a time defined by the haunting refrain of Judges 17, verse 6. In those days there was no king in Israel. Everyone did what was right in his own eyes. It was into this chaotic societal landscape we meet Hannah, a woman navigating a complex and painful domestic structure, a polygamous marriage. Hannah was one of two wives to a man named Elkanah. The scriptures tell us that Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. In the ancient Near East, this wasn't just a personal sorrow, it was a socio-economic crisis. Polygamy often arose from practical, albeit difficult, roots. The need for labor on family farms, the aftermath of war, or the desperate pressure to produce a male heir through surrogacy or multiple unions. We even see this codified in the levirate marriage laws of Deuteronomy 25, designed to ensure a man's name was never blotted out of Israel. Every year this family traveled to Shiloh to worship. 1 Samuel chapter 1 verses 3 to 8 describes a heartbreaking ritual. Elkanah would give portions of the sacrifice to Peninnah and her many children, but to Hannah he gave a double portion. He loved her deeply, yet the text says, the Lord had closed her womb. This is where Hannah's first observation of character emerges. She maintained a godly character in a society that had strayed from the original design of marriage. Despite a culture where people did what was right in their own eyes, Hannah chose to do what was right in God's eyes. She remained loyal to her husband and steadfast in her worship, traveling to Shiloh year after year despite her grief. But the trial wasn't just societal, it was deeply personal. 1 Samuel 1:6-7 tells us that her rival Peninnah provoked her severely to make her miserable. This wasn't a one-time argument. It was a systematic, year-by-year psychological attack that invaded her personal space. It is hardest to remain godly when the attack comes from inside your own home. Peninnah used Hannah's greatest thorn, her infertility, as a weapon. The text says Hannah wept and did not eat. Her husband Elkanah tried to comfort her, asking, "Am I not better to you than 10 sons?" But Elkanah's love, though kind, could not heal a soul wound that only God could reach. The huge takeaway from Hannah's life is her response. She didn't retaliate against Peninnah. She didn't abandon her husband. Instead, she took her misery to the only place that could hold it, the presence of the Lord. Hannah maintained her character because she eventually prayed with godly motives. She didn't just want a son for her own status. She vowed to give that son back to God's service. Hannah's story reminds us that our environment does not have to dictate our character. In a challenging marital arrangement under the weight of severe provocation and amidst a culture in decline, Hannah remained loyal. She lived faithfully within the situation she was given, proving that a godly character is forged not in the absence of trials, but in our response to them.